The Stephen King classic horror film Carrie has been rumored for 4K. Heat on 4K has been officially announced with a Best Buy exclusive steelbook. The Jurassic Park 6 film collection set has been announced. And apparently Scream Factory is getting into Best Buy exclusive steelbooks as Child's Play on 4K is announced to get a steelbook this August. All this and more in the latest physical media report. Stay tuned. What is up, everybody, and welcome back to the Mid-Level Media channel, your hub for everything physical media and entertainment. I am Ken, and we're here today for the Physical Media Report, episode 112. That is right, guys, your weekly dose of physical media goodness, where we talk about everything new and exciting in the world of 4K and Blu-ray. We're going to talk about some rumors. We're going to talk about news and announcements, the deals. There are so many deals going on right now, guys, and what is new this week. So we got tons of stuff to cover here today, but before we get into it, I need to ask that if you are not yet a subscriber to the Mid-Level Media channel, what are you waiting for, guys? Hit that subscribe button for more great content. Do tons of stuff on this channel, mostly centered around the world of physical media. We talk about the new Blu-ray and 4K releases on this show every single Monday. I do Blu-ray and 4K reviews. I do Blu-ray hunting videos, just tons of Blu-ray content, unboxings, collection hauls, live streams with other collectors, just tons of fun stuff. If you like owning the movies that you love, all this stuff right there behind me, definitely consider hitting that subscribe button. Also, be sure to like this video and comment down below, guys. I need to know, what are you the most excited about? What are you the most amped up for? What gets your juices flowing the most? Let me know in that comment section below of everything that we talk about here today. What are you the most excited about? Also, turn on those bell notifications for all future videos. So there you go. Got all that stuff out of the way. Now let's get into the rumors. And the rumors, of course, are brought to us by the Disc Father on Instagram. So the first one up, guys, we got to talk about Carrie coming to 4K potentially in October. So I am a pretty big Carrie fan. I do have my Carrie shirts on right now from Gutter Garbs, and I am very excited for this. This is definitely one that's been a long time coming. We definitely need some other iconic horror films first. Like, this would not be the top of the horror list for me, but it is one that I am excited about. Brian De Palma. They're always cool to have more Brian De Palma in 4K. We just got The Untouchables. We got Scarface. We got, tons of stuff. We need more Brian De Palma in 4K is what I'm saying, but I'm excited for this one, guys. Scream Factory did this one before, so this one is, coming out in October. Potentially could be Shout Factory, but it's not announced as of right now. I'd say it probably is. Could be Kino, who knows? But I would say it's probably going to be a Shout Scream Factory title coming this October. And like I made an entire video about stuff that would be coming, that could potentially be coming in September and October. And Carrie would definitely be a huge announcement that could pop that October lineup for sure. But yeah, Carrie in 4K, guys. Let me know if you're excited for that. Let me know if you're excited for that blood-soaked prom scene in 4K. Let me know in the comment section below. Now let's get to the next one. This is one that I'm personally very excited for if this one does get announced, and I have to assume there is no studio or date to this announcement, but I have to assume that Kino Lorber would be doing this because we did get A Fistful of Dollars, Good, the Bad, the Ugly for a few dollars more, all on 4K. All three by the same director as this one, Sergio Leone. Once Upon a Time in the West could be potentially coming to 4K. Again, these are rumors, guys. Could be potentially coming to 4K sometime this year. I am so in for this. I love this movie. I like this movie even more than the Dollars, The Man with No Name trilogy. I think it's a better film. Charles Bronson's in this movie. I think it's absolutely incredible. I watched this for the first time this year in January for Western Month. It just absolutely blew me away. I love this film, and I would love to see it in the 4K format. And spoiler alert, I'll probably be doing reviews of these somewhere down the line, but A Fistful of Dollars and for a few dollars more might be the best 4K transfers I've seen this year. So spaghetti westerns, there's just something about them. There's something about the aesthetic, the look, the scenery that just makes for a great 4K transfer. And I think that this one, it would be a visual feast for the eyes for sure. But yeah, Django last year was like one of the best 4Ks. This one has the potential to be one of the best as well, and I just love the movie. I think it's fantastic. But Once Upon a Time in the West 4K, I would have to assume that Kino Lorber would be doing this because it's just in line with everything else. But also, if this got announced for Arrow Video and they did the same level of work with this that they did with the Django, and we got this nice box set, like, I would not be upset with that as well. Actually, now that I say it, I want Arrow Video to do this. Please, Arrow Video, do Once Upon a Time in the West on 4K. But again, no date, no studio announced. But hopefully we'll get an announcement for this one soon. We also got Crimes of the Future, the new David Cronenberg film that released, I think, a couple weekends ago. But this one's coming to 4K from Metropolitan Films on September the 26th. So really cool artwork here. But again, this is not an official announcement. This is not official artwork, but definitely really cool stuff. I still need to see the movie. David Cronenberg's not a filmmaker that I necessarily gravitate towards always. I do like The Fly and American History of Violence. I always want to say American History X, but History of Violence I really enjoy. Eastern Promises I need to check out from Kino Lorber, but Crimes of the Future will be coming to 4K from Metropolitan Films on September the 26th. Again, rumored announcement, but this is probably going to be happening. Now let's get into the news and announcements. And we did last week, I did jump the gun a little bit because these images did show up and dates showed up on Bluray.com. So I jumped the gun and talked about it. But Heat on 4K has been officially announced on Bluray.com. It has got an official date of August the 9th. We talked about it last week. It was August the 16th. They pushed it back a week, or pushed it up a week rather, to August the 9th. So this is available right now for pre-order from Disney. You're also getting a Best Buy exclusive steelbook with it as well, which looks absolutely incredible. Like, I'm definitely thinking about grabbing. I might double dip with this. I love the slipcover and I also love the steelbook as well. So both of these are available for pre-order right now. Now, one thing a lot of people were getting upset about is there is no Dolby Atmos with this release, but the one thing that I have to ask is, does this lend itself well to a Dolby Atmos? Was this shot with the intent of having Dolby Atmos? You know, the sound out from what I hear is absolutely fine, the one that they use with the Blu-ray. So is it worth getting all shook up over, getting all crazy about? I don't know. Let me know in the comment section below if this is something that is a deal breaker for you. But I'm certainly excited for Heat in 4K just because of the visuals. I think it'll look really great in 4K. We also got Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness was officially announced to come out on 4K on July the 26th. This is another one I kind of jumped the gun a little bit because I saw it on Bluray.com. This one is coming out on July the 26th with a 4K, a Blu-ray, a Target exclusive, and a steelbook. I love the look of this Target exclusive, but again, I just wish they would go back to the old model of Target exclusives with having it like just like a booklet type deal. Like, this is more like they just put the 4K inside this little thing with a little envelope with cards in it, and it's completely cheap, and it's not like it used to be. I just wish they would go back to the way that the Target exclusives used to be, because the covers on the Target exclusives are almost always better than everything else. And I definitely love collecting them just for the look of the covers, but the actual contents of the packaging are not great. But Doctor Strange, again, the steelbook is very basic. I think it's one of the early posters for the movie. They could have definitely done some cooler stuff with that. There's so many cool images within that movie. Like, you could have done so many different, you could have gone in so many different directions. Like, the Target edition actually looks pretty cool. I like that one a lot, but you could have done some really cool images. We could have Elizabeth Olsen with like blood all over her face. Like, you could have done some, I know that would have scared the kids, but you could have done a lot of cool things with the Doctor Strange steelbook, and this just seems a little bit basic to me. But the 4K and the Blu-ray covers, it's basic Marvel stuff. It looks like every other Marvel movie that they put out on Blu-ray and 4K, but this is coming out on July the 26th. We also have Real Genius coming to 4K in the 1985 film starring Val Kilmer. This was officially announced today to come out from Sony on September the 13th. So I've never seen this movie before. A lot of people seem to really enjoy it. I do love Val Kilmer, so I would be excited to watch this one for the first time in the 4K format for sure. And again, it seems like an interesting choice to put out in 4K from Sony. Like, it's not a boutique label or anything like that. I've just never really heard of this movie like being a huge mainstream title. It seems like more of an obscure title, but let me know in the comment section below if you're excited for Real Genius. It's definitely a cool, interesting looking title, you know, that's coming to 4K format. So I'm definitely excited to pick it up when it comes out. We also have the Jurassic Park 4K 6-film steelbook collection. We're also, I would assume, getting a collector's set with it as well, with just all 6 of the films. A lot of the reason why people were reluctant to pick up that 5-film set, but to me, it's like, I got that 5-film set for $40. I think it's marked down to almost $30 right now, but I got it for $40, and I'll pick up Dominion when it comes out on 4K. You know, it doesn't really, I don't need to have them all in the same collection, but this is a nice 6-film steelbook collection with all the movies and steelbooks. For steelbook collectors, it's an absolute dream right here. This is coming from Universal. No date announced yet, but it is up on Best Buy to pre-order right now, but there's just no official release date. So this does have all the Jurassic Park movies, the 3 Jurassic Parks, the 3 Jurassic Worlds all together in one set. And again, they're showing like the collector's set on there. of all 6 films, but I don't think that that's the official artwork as of right now. But we also got a 4K Dominion Steelbook, just a standalone Steelbook that has blue on the cover. Very basic image. I'm definitely very disappointing, I would say. The blue with the wintry background in the forest. You could have picked so many different things again from the film, but you picked that. It's some of these Steelbook choices just seem very weird to me. But the Jurassic Park 4K 6-film Steelbook collection. Did you see Dominion this weekend? Let me know in the comment section below how you enjoyed Dominion. I did. I have a review on my wife and I's channel, Married with Media. You can go check that out. But we're getting into more Steelbook talk right now, guys. I want to have a little bit of a discussion here because we do have the Child's Play 4K Steelbook and the Red Dawn 4K Steelbook, both announced to come out on August the 16th, coinciding with the big Scream Factory announcement that came out of all 3 Child's Play films, the first 3 Child's Play films in 4K and Red Dawn in 4K. Now, what I want to ask you is, these are Best Buy exclusive Steelbooks, but they are also Scream Factory. I saw some people saying that Best Buy was trying to capitalize on the Scream Factory announcement by putting Child's Play in 4K and Red Dawn in 4K, but that is not the case. Like, they're working with Scream Factory. These are Best Buy exclusives, but they're also Scream Factory titles as well. So what I want to ask, like, has this happened before? Like, I haven't been following Scream Factory since the beginning. Have they ever done a Best Buy exclusive Steelbook where they worked with Best Buy and put, I know they've had their Steelbooks in stores before, but I don't think that they've ever had Best Buy exclusive Steelbooks that you could only pick up for Best Buy. It just seems very weird and very strange that they would be collaborating together. But again, Lionsgate and Best Buy is a deal where they work together in the Steelbooks. Of course, all the studios use Best Buy as well. So, I mean, it makes sense. And Scream Factory is definitely at that level where they could attract the attention of Best Buy, you know, and have them do their Steelbooks and make it feel worth it. But again, has this ever happened before? It just seems like a really weird thing. And I know a lot of people were talking about how they wish they would have had this option when they were first announced, because they pre-ordered all the Child's Play 4Ks when they were announced, and they wish they would have known that the first Child's Play was coming to 4K, so maybe they could have ordered the Steelbook for that and then 2 and 3 for that. So it is interesting. Red Dawn, I think, was announced a couple of weeks ago, but I did forget to cover it. That's a really cool looking Steelbook. The one for the Child's Play one is cool as well. It is the official artwork of Child's Play on it, so that's the regular poster that people were complaining was not on the 4K cover. So as for me, again, I've already pre-ordered those 3. I'm done. I'm not going to pre-order any more Steelbooks or anything like that. I don't need all that stuff, but it's definitely exciting for Steelbook collectors. It is a really nice looking Steelbook for sure. But yeah, has this ever happened before? I need to know that. Let me know in the comment section below. We also have Doom coming to 4K from Universal on August the 9th. So who asked for this? I don't know who asked for this. Like I said, this is the complete opposite of Real Geniuses. Real Geniuses is like a cool movie from the 80s that I'm pleasantly surprised is coming to 4K. Doom coming to 4K is just like, it just feels like they've literally run out of movies to put out on 4K, which I know is not the case. They've literally run out of movies to put out in 4K. So it's like, what do we got? They're scraping the bottom of the barrel for their catalog. We haven't put out Doom yet it's got The Rock in it. This will sell, right? Carl Urban, he's big on The Boys. This will sell, right? Sure, put it out. But does anybody remember actually watching Dune? I do, and it wasn't a pleasant experience from memory. But look, I'll absolutely pick this up and I'll watch it and I'll review it. Maybe it'll look great on 4K. I don't feel like it will. But let's get into the next one. Disturbing Behavior coming to MVD Rewind on October the 11th. So I saw this and it had been announced like 3 days ago. I saw nobody talking about this on social media, and I would assume that they would, because I feel like a lot of people have been complaining and talking about how Disturbing Behavior has been out of print. I think it was the Shout Factory version that's been out of print, and they couldn't get it for like under $100. I feel like I've just been seeing that everywhere. So the fact that the MVD Rewind is bringing this one back and people are going to get to buy it now for an affordable price seemed like something that everybody would have been going crazy about, but I didn't hear anybody talking about it at all. So I'm definitely excited about it. I've never seen Disturbing Behavior. It's from the era of, you know, the Scream era and that Dimension films, era. Teaching Mrs. Tingle. It's even got Katie Holmes in it. So I'm excited to check this one out because I don't really know too much about it. I've never watched before, but I've heard good things. MVD Rewind's definitely a company that I do enjoy ordering from. There's 2 that are coming out this month and I'm very excited about. So this is coming out on October the 11th. And we got Passive Glory coming to 4K. Stanley Kubrick's World War I epic coming from Kino Lorber on August the 23rd with Dolby Vision. So I'm definitely excited about this one. Always jump at the chance to have more Stanley Kubrick in the 4K collection. You know, we've gotten a lot of his bigger films, and it looks like Kino Lorber is going to be taking care of all of his earlier films, because we've got The Killing, we got got Paths of Glory, we got Killer's Kiss. Like, all of his earlier stuff is going to be coming from Kino Lorber within the next couple of months. So Paths of Glory is definitely among one of my favorite films from Stanley Kubrick. Like, I just think it's an awesome movie. It's a World War I movie, but not in the way that you think it is. It really focuses more on this trial that takes place in the second half. So I'm not going to spoil anything, but it's more like the first 30 minutes of it are kind of a war film, and then it goes more into the trial and stuff. And it's a really good film, though, that I do highly recommend. We got Downton Abbey, A New Era, coming to 4K and Blu-ray from Universal on July the 5th. We got Trancers coming to 4K from Full Moon Features. Now, this is Full Moon Features' first foray into the 4K format. This is a Charles Band film, which I have never seen before. You know, Charles Band did the Puppet Master films and just a lot of those horror films in the early to mid 90s from Full Moon Features. So yeah, Full Moon Features puts out a lot of interesting stuff. They put out that Puppet Master set, and they also put out the Evil Bong collection. But yeah, Trancers in 4K. I'm definitely intrigued by this. But I know a lot of people were kind of laughing at the fact that Full Moon Features was getting into 4K, but I think it's pretty cool. It's always cool when a new, studio gets into the 4K format. So this will be coming out on October the 11th. We got Down to Earth starring Chris Rock. And look, I know everybody's going to have their comments about this. I already saw it. And, Down to Earth, I'm sure it's going to be a slapper of a Blu-ray release, but this is coming from Paramount on July the 12th. I don't think I've seen this movie. I feel like I have, but I also feel like I might have not. It came in that era. Like, Chris Rock was doing a lot like this in Head of State, and I Think I Love My Wife. All these movies are coming out. Chris Rock was really hot there for a little bit, but Down to Earth on Blu-ray. I imagine this is the first time coming to Blu-ray, so if you're a fan of this movie, get excited. This is coming out on July the 12th. We also got Fargo on 4K. This is something to not get excited about, but this is supposed to be coming out in July. Now it's getting pushed to October the 25th. Again, there's so much stuff coming out. I've got a backlog of so many things to watch. I can wait for Fargo to come out. Again, I want them to do a good job. I don't want disc replacement programs or anything like that. This is Fargo, one of the greatest films of the 90s, one of the best Coen Brothers films. I want them to do a good job on this. I want them to do their due diligence and give us a great Fargo 4K transfer. So if you got to take your time, Scream Factory, Shout Factory, whoever's, I think it's Shout Factory, go ahead and do that. I definitely understand that, but that's coming on October the 25th. Let's get into the deals, guys. We got tons of incredible deals going on this week. We got the Grindhouse Blue Underground sale going on. We got the Umbrella sale going on, not the umbrellas that you hold, but the the label, studio label Umbrella Entertainment is having a sale right now. Some of their titles, they said, are about 50 to 60% off. We also have Tenebrae 4K from Synopse. Now, I'm definitely going to pre-order this one. If it's cheaper than the Arrow, I'm definitely going to go for this. This is $34.59, so a great price on this 4K release. Again, this doesn't come out till July, but I did want to acknowledge that the Tenebrae 4K, because I think it was about 50 bucks, has went down to $34.59, so great price for that. We also have a great price for Midsummer on Blu-ray for $5. Again, I'm not a huge fan of Midsummer, but if you didn't get a chance to pick up Midsummer, this is probably the best price to pick it up at, unless you want to wait for the Dollar Tree, which is, it's honestly probably just worth $1. If you didn't check out my A24 ranking, you'll know I just don't like Midsummer that much. But anyway, Midsummer is $5 right now. We have Dune on 4K for $12.99. We got A Fistful of Dollars on 4K. These just came out, and I purchased them for $27.99. They are now $19.99. Also, for a few dollars more is $19.99 as well. We got The Thing on 4K for $12.99. If you have not picked up The Thing on 4K and you're a fan of John Carpenter, you're a fan of this movie, definitely do it. This is one of the best 4K transfers that came out last year. Absolutely worth it. $12.99 is a steal for that one. We got The Godfather 4K, $62.99, that 4K trilogy set. Great set. All of those are incredible transfers as well. Highly recommend it. Alfred Hitchcock Volume 2 4K for $56.13. Great deal for that. Licorice Pizza on Blu-ray is still $15.99. We got Full Metal Jacket on 4K for $12.99. Another great 4K transfer. Collateral on 4K for $11.99. 300 on 4K for $12.99. And we got Joe back at $5 on Blu-ray. So this is the Nicolas Cage film that I was complaining was $5 and it went up to $13. And now I finally get to get it. I jumped on it and bought this one for sure. But Joe, if you haven't seen Joe starring Nicolas Cage, came out in 2013, directed by David Gordon Green, the same guy that did the Halloween films. It is an excellent film, an excellent dramatic piece, and I would highly recommend it for $5. So let's get into what is new this week, guys, because we have got a lot of stuff coming out. Not a lot of like huge stuff, a couple of big things, but a lot of this stuff is really under the radar VR stuff that I want to get into. So let's start with the big release, and that is Morbius coming to 4K and Blu-ray from Sony. So the 4K of this one is going to be $27.95, and I'm pretty sure that it's a lenticular cover. I'm pretty sure I've been seeing images of that. So yeah, on 4K, I don't know if I'm going to pick this one up or not. I do want to pick it up, but then I've heard so many bad things about it. I don't know if I do. I joked last week or the week before or sometime that I'm going to pick up 3 copies of this. I am absolutely not going to do that. That was just kind of, you know, jesting a little bit on here. I got a lot of comments down below. You'll pick up Morbius on 4K, but I can pick up The Northman. No, probably not. I'll probably wait for a sale on Morbius, but some of these cover arts are really spectacular, so I do want that in the collection. So this is on 4K for $27.95. We got the Blu-ray for $22.95. We got the Best Buy Steelbook for $34.99. Really awesome design on that. Target Blu-ray is $24.99. I love the cover on this, but again, why did you have to just do the Blu-ray like they did? Like, I know this is Sony and not Disney, and Disney usually does the 4Ks, but usually, like with the Sony stuff, they're doing 4Ks as well, because Spider-Man No Way Home, they had the 4K release of that. So I just don't know why they're doing Blu-ray with this one. It just doesn't make sense. I wish it was 4K, so I would absolutely jump on this one. I love the artwork on it. We got the Walmart 4K with an enamel pen. I think it's like an enamel M pen, which definitely looks pretty cool, and that is $29.96. So with all the Walmart exclusives, sometimes you can find them in stores, sometimes you can't. So it might be your best bet to just order that one online. We also have Ambulance coming out from Universal on 4K for $29.99 and Blu-ray for $24.49. So this is the new Michael Bay film. I'm kind of on a Michael Bay high right now because I just watched The Rock and reviewed it yesterday. But I know he hasn't really done a whole lot of greatness in the past few years, but I am intrigued to check this one out. I know it's on Peacock, so I do want to watch it at some point. I'm just probably not going to pick it up for 30 bucks this week. We also have Euro Trip coming out, the unrated version from Paramount for $17.99. This is the first time on Blu-ray for Euro Trip. We got Indiana Jones Raiders 4K Steelbook coming out from Paramount for $24.98. I was going to pick this up. I was going to commit to collecting all these Steelbooks, but then I thought about it and I'm like, look, I'm going too far with this Steelbook thing. I love the Lionsgate one. For some reason, I'm just like addicted to Steelbooks again. I am restraining myself from this and all the other Indiana Jones 4K Steelbooks because I own the movies on 4K. I don't need them. Let me know if you're doing the same in the comment section below. We got Benedetta coming out from IFC Films for $14.99. This is a new Paul Verhoeven, erotic lesbian nun movie. So yeah, it seems kind of interesting. I might pick it up at some point. Father Stew's coming out, the movie starring Mark Wahlberg from Sony for $19.99. We got The Clock coming from Warner Archive for $17.99. We got the Werner Herzog Collection Volume 2 with 11 films in this set. That is a lot of movies in this set from Shout Factor for $62.99. So like I said, 11 movies for $62.99 is really not that bad. I think that's like, I don't know, what is that? I'm trying to do math really quick. That's like $5 or $6 a movie, so not bad at all. The next Little Rascals set, Volume 6, is coming from Classic Flicks for $27.99. We also got the Final Destination 5-film collection coming from Warner Brothers for $18.34. Good price for 5 films from that one as well, if you don't know any of those movies. We got the Kino Lorber releases coming out this week. 4 new Kino Lorber releases, including The Horse Soldiers for $14.99. Dr. Fu Manchu 2-movie collection for $14.99. So 2 movies in that collection for $14.99. We got The Last of Dogmen for $14.99 and The Love Slaves of the Amazons for $12.99. So good price for that and very interesting sounding title right there. We also got Farewell Amur coming from Criterion for $27.99. I'm sure I pronounced that wrong. The TV show Charmed is coming out on Blu-ray, all 8 seasons from Paramount for $139.99. We also have Assault on Precinct 13 from Mill Creek for $9.99. The Black Dahlia coming out from Mill Creek for $14.99. Love and Human Remains coming from Sony for $22.99. Infinite Storm coming out from Decal releasing for $14.96. Wild coming from Sony for $14.99. Fatherhood, the Kevin Hart movie that was on Netflix last year, is now getting a physical media release from Sony for $19.95. We got Off Season coming from RLJE Entertainment for $14.99. We also got We Need to Do Something from IFC Midnight for $14.99. Hack Season 1's coming from Universal for $22.99. Hostile Territory from Welgo for $17.99. Titans Season 1 and Season 2 coming to Blu-ray from Warner Brothers for $42.99. Ninja Badass coming from Bayview Entertainment for $17.99. Really love the cover on that one. That's an awesome looking cover. And we got all the Hunger Games movies coming to Target exclusives of the Hunger Games, new slipcovers, all for $9.99. So definitely cool looking slipcovers. But again, I own that Steelbook set. I don't need any more Hunger Games. So with that, guys, that is the Physical Media Report, episode 112. I hope you feel more informed in the world of physical media. Please, if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button for more great physical media content. Also, be sure to like this video, comment down below of everything that we discussed today? What are you the most excited about? What are you the most amped up for? Let me know in the comment section below. Also, be sure to turn on those bell notifications and follow me on all my social media accounts. Those links are in the description, and we'll see you next time.